Okay, we'll continue to watch it.
And while I drink and stuff like that. Just sharing things that I want to do to keep my vibrations high. And I was feeling so positive and full of energy. And then 2nd of January came, 3rd of January came, 4th, 5th. And I just didn't feel it.
Yeah, you know, when I talk, sometimes I say the same things like, "Oh, I take my time to think." You know what? I thought it sounded good when I was the age 19. I learned the stuff at the age of 19 to make those kind of sounds for some reason. But then when I watch my own video, I don't like how it sound. But it is just me. I just criticize my own self. I have this kind of tendency because when somebody else does it, it's fine. I guess we tend to be turned off by our own voices sometimes.
And I don't know if it's because I've been feeling lots of pressure or what, but it's been tough. Does anyone else been feeling this way? I don't know. I just feel like
You know, the pressure and stress can actually create depression. That's why the best thing to do is to relax yourself as much as you possibly can. May not work all the time because we are not perfect, but the more you relax yourself, the more you remind yourself to be relaxed, because tension and stress is not going to make things better. As a matter of fact, when we are tensed and stressed, it kind of inhibits our thinking. It puts so much pressure on our brain. So yeah, and that's why it's good to be relaxed. And I know you do lots of things to relax, things like yoga, enjoying the nature. This is a wonderful thing. I would just encourage you to continue doing it.
I have this expectation on myself that I'm also getting a year older and I should be wiser, and have things more put together and have things figured out. But I don't.
Okay, here comes the key part. To me, it sounds like a key part that we can talk about. The expectation, right? Sometimes you see what happens is if you put more expectation than we can fulfill, this can start hurting us emotionally. So I'm learning from myself to have as less expectations as possible. And yes, it is good to set up goals, to decide what you want to do, what things do you want to achieve, go pursue your goal. But very, very important thing people rarely talk about is while you're working or running towards your goal, enjoy the process and try to make this process as less stressful as you can. So, and also another thing, figuring things out, to have things figured out. I'm gonna tell you shortly. I grew up in a system and in a country called Soviet Union, and plus I was treated differently because I'm a different kinds of person. I'm like a black sheep. People told me act differently than everybody else. I think differently than everybody else, and plus being visually impaired, people treat you differently, and subconsciously people have certain kinds of expectations. They constantly compare you with someone. They constantly compare you to your classmates. Sometimes they would judge you just by looking at the way you act, by looking at the way you sit at the desk. Sometimes teachers would actually predict your future. I know they would make false predictions, But for some reason, that's what they do. If they see a kid, for example, that's kind of slow in the class, they would say, "Oh, this person would be no one. This person would probably be a beggar on the street because he's not smart enough to make money." Or they look at someone who gets straight A's and they say, "Oh, this person will be a big shot. He will be a lawyer." So they already start convincing people, convincing kids of who and how are they going to be when they grow up. And kids tend to be pretty sensitive. That's one thing. And another thing is that kids take um, elder people, teachers and parents, anyone who's an authority, they take them in a very, how do you say, they treat them like God. They really take every word they hear into their heart because they believe that they are right. And especially if you run into a person who is very authoritative, that is even that amplifies the process. You're gonna believe them even harder. So if they speak positivity to you, you're gonna receive the positivity from authoritative person much faster and much stronger than from more of a soft person. So if the authoritarian person speaks in a negative way, you're going to receive negativity. So what happened in my case, I am already sensitive by nature. And plus, I happen to be with the people who were authoritarian. These are two things. And third thing that happened to me, I realized that my childhood went through comparing me to different kinds of people. They even compared me to kids who were younger than me, and they said, "These kids are ahead of you. Look, they're laughing at you." So I realized that I grew up with this inferiority complex, and it took me a while to realize everything. And now I realized that all these things, they were false. Another thing that is false, I might be jumping ahead because I'm gonna be hearing other things during the video, which is expectations or set certain rules. Like let's say for example, they may say, when you're 20, you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to have babies already. This is the kind of expectation. So when you're 20, and let's say for example, and you can't even find yourself a date, you can't marry yet, so you're already receiving a message that you are ashamed, something is wrong with you, you did not fulfill what you are supposed to fulfill on this earth. So all this negativity ends up building up in your subconscious mind. So again, I'm jumping ahead probably, but here's the question. Ask yourself a question. I'm just talking to myself and I'm talking to everyone else. Do you really need all those things? Do you really need to follow all those rules? Like, do you have to get married when you're 20? Do you have to have a kids when you're 20? And ask yourself this question. If you don't marry by 20 or by 40 or whatever, are you hurting anybody? And who are you hurting and in what way? And if the answer is you're not really hurting anybody, so just move on and feel good about the good things you have. Don't beat yourself up for the things you don't have. And let's say the answer would be, okay, I'm already 40. Well, I'm not 40, I'm actually 49, but I'm just using it as an example. And I don't have a family yet. By this time, I could have already had kids and I could have had grandkids. My classmates have grandkids already. I've been over the seas visiting my homeland. They already have grandkids. So let's say, yes, it would be nice to have kids. It would be nice to have grandkids. It would be nice for people to be coming in this world because of me. But it didn't happen. But because there's nothing I can do about it, I don't have a time machine to go back in time and to change everything. So my best option is to enjoy things and enjoy life the way it is. And maybe this concept, figuring things out, is a false concept. And you can ask yourself, do you really need this kind of concept? that is called figuring things out by certain age, and why do you need it, and then you can take it from there. And again, even if you did not fulfill this concept at certain time, just move on. Don't beat yourself up. There are other beautiful things that you have. By the way, um, when you post those kind of videos, like for example, healthy barefoot lifestyle, you're encouraging thousands and thousands of people to a healthy lifestyle. Uh, and some people who start walking barefoot, their health beginning to restore back to a healthy stage, and and maybe you're even saving lives. You know, people who had health this bad where they could die, now their health is restored, and you save somebody's life. So you are fulfilling a purpose when you draw arts, when you draw certain pictures. For some people they're therapeutic, and you are helping and healing so many people. So you're bringing so many benefits in this earth. So one thing that you want to fulfill for sure, and you want to do it ASAP, as soon as possible, is to enjoy things as much as you possibly can, and chase sadness away as far as you possibly can. So these are my thoughts.
I don't have things figured out. I don't know where, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know in which direction I'm moving.
Wow, I will tell you, just like I mentioned before, you already are fulfilling your purpose. There are things you are doing, and the things that people get from you, even the little things, it is already your purpose that is being fulfilled. You are in the process of fulfilling your purpose. You may not know about it, but it is already there. And I would really encourage you, ignore certain things from the old school, from certain concept. You gotta have a purpose, you gotta be this and that, or you know what, some people, okay, we'll take for example, I know a family where a couple of generations they're nurses. So this kid, when he was 19 back then, before he got married, he said to me, well, he doesn't know what he wants to do in his life, and he doesn't know who he wants to be. So he ended up studying to be a nurse just because his mom is a nurse. But the thing is, he was growing up in a bossy type of family, and when you're with a bossy type of people, right? Sometimes they're controlling, and they knock out your beautiful, healthy desires. Let's say you express certain desire, right? And they may not understand it, and they will say, oh no, this is silly, you better forget about it. They'll make you feel guilty, they'll make you feel bad about it. So that's why you may say to yourself, uh, that you don't know what you want to do with your life, because deep inside you already know what you want to do. You already have a desires, you have a love towards certain things, but you might have buried it because you have listened to the wrong people. And this might sound cruel. I know it is not nice to talk bad about family or parents, and I'm not saying that the parents are bad, but sometimes they don't know any better. Sometimes they have their own concept of what is good and what is bad. So as you grow up, it is important, and I know it may not be easy, but it is very necessary to free yourself from the opinion of your parents, even though if your opinion may be different than theirs, and just move on. No matter what they tell you, no matter how they call you, even if they say you're rebellious, still just know, being different is not a bad thing. Here's another thing we learned, unfortunately, in the former Soviet Union. Um, be like everybody else. Don't try to stand out. Wherever everybody goes, that's where you go. So too many people, right, they had this peer pressure mentality and they had this crowd effect mentality. So they almost try to copy each other. But in actuality, it is impossible. So a few months ago, I realized that this concept is evil and it is wrong. And I am going to have the nerve to say that, and I will say it boldly, this is the wrong concept. So if you really gonna do show other things so you don't get bored looking at the same picture. So if you actually think about it, the world is moved by so-called black sheep. Black sheep is someone who is different. How often do you see black sheep? Not often, right? So it is actually good and it is wonderful. Well, let me use an example. Let's use Jesus Christ, for example. In the Bible, he walked the earth while he was here on this earth and he healed people. He was in a human body, but who else healed people at that time the way he did? Nobody else did. And so many people loved him, some people hated him. But if you think about it, he was like a black sheep. He was not like everybody else. He stood out from everybody else. But hey, he healed people and he did a wonderful thing. I think if I remember correctly, Benjamin Franklin created a bulb, right? Oops, let me move this here. He created a bulb. See, we have this light because of him. But before him, probably nobody else thought about creating a light bulb. And I don't know his story, if he did share his ideas or did not. And if he did, let's say he walked up to his buddy and say, hey, I got some idea, I'm gonna create a light bulb. I would assume most likely they said to him, are you nuts? Are you crazy? No one ever came up with a light bulb. And you can, but he created a light bulb and he created light. Don't remember the history that much, but I think he created other things. So people who create things, technologies, or even simple things like chairs and tables, they've done, the first person who created it, right, who put it together or who designed the idea, nobody else did it before him. So therefore this creator is considered to be a black sheep. God who created a universe is a black sheep. So you can make a solid, bold conclusion that being a black sheep and standing out among everybody else is a wonderful, beautiful thing. And if you are different than everybody else, let's say if you didn't get married yet, or you're busy with other things, hey, you have your own unique things. And being different, being like a black sheep in this case, as long as it is in a good way, is a wonderful thing. As long as you are not doing evil things like terrorism or exploding the cities or bombing the cities, as long as you're doing the good things, being a black sheep, it is a wonderful thing. And hey, just enjoy yourself and be happy with the fact that you are not like your friends, that you are different, that you are unique, and don't be ashamed, because this shame was given to us by society or by certain systems of what and who are you supposed to be. And this kind of a shame destroys our joy. So Gabriela and everybody else, be the way you are, be the way you can be, and don't try to have it all figured out. Don't try to do more than what you can do. Just enjoy it. I tell myself the same thing. I remind myself the same thing every day.
And I'm being very vulnerable right now. And it's a bit scary as well.
Yeah, I'll kind of repeat it again. I am a sensitive type of person, but yes, I am completely vulnerable. And also, I will tell you this. Well, it might be kind of a story that I will have to share. I am sensitive to a point where I receive every word, every smell, or every little color as a hypnosis. It just happens to me involuntarily. Yes, I'm working on it right now. I'm trying not to be as vulnerable, but that's what I do. So here's the story. I will try to tell you quickly. One time I visited former Soviet Union. It was back in 2007. I visited my dad in Latvia when my dad was alive. So so we had a great time. We went camping. We came back from camping, and his co-workers took me for camping. So I came to their house, and it was like an old apartment building. Those of you who have never been there, who did not grow up in Soviet Union, may not understand it so much, but those who did, you can relate to it very easily. So, so I'm walking to the shower room, and they had like a old rusty pipes system, which creates some kind of a specific smell. So, so I came from camping. I was hot. I was sweating. I just leaned down into a bathtub because they have this faucet that goes over the bathtub. I washed my face and everything, but this smell was so powerful. Well, it probably was not that powerful, but I'm a sensitive person to a smell. So what happened to me? I went into this kind of a stage, and it wasn't something like, you know, you're thinking about it, you're imagining, and that's how you feel. This was a solid reality. It actually felt like, see, back then I already lived 17 years in the United States, but while I was over there in the bathroom or in a shower room, this strongly felt like as if I never went to United States. That being 17 years in America was just a long dream where you fall asleep and you have a dream, and that dream probably lasted 3 or 5 days. So that's how it felt. So after a few minutes, when I walked out of the shower room, I came back to reality. I don't think I'm crazy, but I'm just very sensitive towards different things like smells, words, colors. But I'm working on it. So Gabriela, I understand your vulnerability, and I am the same kind of person. And this kind of thing tends to happen to artistic people. I am more on artistic creative side. I'm not really much on organization side. My creation side is much stronger than my organization side. So we have this kind of a sensitivity because we see things better, we feel things better, because we need to see them and feel them, so we can, you know, be more creative, so we can create more of an interesting things.
And I just don't know, I don't know what I'm doing. What I do know is that life doesn't have to be this hard. I know deep in my heart, I know.
Oh, thank you. So you answered the question. And I would say you are absolutely not 100%, but 200% right that life does not have to be this hard. I would tell you more than that, but I don't want to be making a video that is too long because I have other things to share. If anyone is interested, I can share them in other video. What I wanted to say, well, I kind of forgot, lost my thought a little bit. You see, that's why before I was doing the video, that's what I kind of worried about a little bit. Oh yes, now I remembered that most of our hardship, just learn this lesson, most of our hardship does not come from work or physical labor. This is one of the great secrets of life. It comes from certain negativity or despair or any kinds of negative emotions and thoughts. So when we try to work hard, sometimes we don't realize we're not just doing a hard physical work, but we kind of have this subconscious thought like, am I going to be able to finish it by today? Oh, I gotta hurry up. What if I don't make it? What if I don't finish it? As soon as we let the subconscious thought in, that's when the stress comes, that's when the negative hormones are released. But if we just chill and enjoy our job, even if it means carrying a heavy logs, but if you're in a great mood, you might even enjoy it. It won't be torturous. You know, I learned from myself. There's a difference between difficult and painful. These words may sound kind of alike. They might have similar concept, but these concepts are actually different. You can have something that is difficult, that is hard and challenging, and yet feel great and not experience pain. You just gotta do more work or put some time into it. Or sometimes you might have an easy work to do and you can get stressed out. Why? You may wonder because you allowed a negative thoughts inside. It is not your fault, right? They come sometimes involuntarily, but the more we control of what goes into our head, or once it does come in, just let it out as soon as you can. The more we do it, the better stage we would be at.
Money can come easily and abundantly into our lives, and I know that just having a 9 to 5 where you don't feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, it's not, that can't be it, right? Just working a 9 to 5 until I'm 60, I just feel like that can't be it.
That's okay. It's a good thing that you can cry publicly and let it out. I really appreciate it, and I really encourage it. Don't be shy. You know, that shows how really you are, how genuine you are. Um, Here are a few thoughts that get in my head when you mention working 9 to 5. Again, what is actually making you feel bad? Are you living by certain concept that you need to do more than working 9 to 5, or do you think you have a calling on your life from above to create something, and this job 9 to 5 doesn't allow you to do it because it sucks up all your time, or like I mentioned before, are you comparing yourself to other people who probably make more time? Make more money the time they are working. These are good things to ask yourself. Or are you just getting physically tired? And if you are getting physically tired, most likely it is because of certain expectations that is not met. So the more we expect something, the more chance we have to get disappointed. So the only expectation I would put is to enjoy just every little thing. Just enjoy it and feel good about it. And do you really need to fulfill a certain purpose? And who do you want to fulfill it for? Do you want to fulfill it for yourself or for others? So these are just some of my thoughts. Maybe I'm not telling you the right things. Maybe I'm speaking the things that do not relate to your situation, but I figured I would just freely express my thoughts. They might be encouraging for others or maybe for you, and if they don't encourage you today, they might encourage you and help you in the future. So I figured it would be just good for me to express those thoughts.
I just don't know how to make things happen for me, you know? Like, I see all these people living incredible lives, putting themselves out there and being so successful, and it's amazing, and it feels good to see other people living their life of their dreams. It feels amazing because I know it can be a reality for me. I know it, but I just don't know how.
Well, okay. If you believe that it can be a reality for you, that's wonderful. Could it be the fact that you believe it can be a reality for you, and that's why you think you need to fulfill this reality and you feel pressured? But again, if you don't know how, don't pressure yourself. Another thing is, you say you see people who are successful, who achieved certain things in life. Um, well, here's the thing. There are different concept of what success is. What do you define as success? Because, like I said before, so many societies, so many cultures, so many people, so many individuals, they already impose on us of what it means to be a successful type of person. Some people think successful type of person is the one who makes money, who makes millions. Some people think successful person can just have an average salary, but because he has a family and his kids got education, his grandkids got education, so he or she thinks that they're not successful. In some cultures, for example, a man is growing up, and a man is supposed to be a manly man. So if he was in the army for a certain amount of years, he considered himself being successful. So I would just not rush to make a definition of what successful is. To me, I would say one of the greatest success is to learn how to be joyful and how to enjoy it. Enjoy the things you do and enjoy the things you make. Another thing is, we think that people who are working certain jobs or have their own business and they make tons of money, we think they're successful. But sometimes you wonder and we get surprised, why do those kind of people commit suicide? If they're so successful, if they got everything put together, and if they have everything figured out, so what is it that they did not figure out? What is it that did not make them successful that they committed suicide? Why do so many of those people, so-called successful, quote unquote, are depressed? Why are they being on antidepressants? Why are they being on medication? So you may ask yourself a question, would you want to be like those people? Yes, there is nothing wrong with being rich or being successful. It is a wonderful thing. But next time when you talk to your successful friends, ask them and ask them to answer the question honestly. How do they feel most of the time? Ask them if they truly are happy. Uh, some people tell the truth, some people lie, some people can say, oh, I am happy because I got everything. They might be convincing themselves that they are happy when they're not. Why? Maybe because they're doing the kind of career they never wanted to do, but they're just doing it for the money, or because their parents convinced them in that. So these are my points here. These are my thoughts.
I just don't know what direction to take, you know? And it's a bit scary to feel like this, lost sometimes. And then I wonder, like, wow, my parents were about my age, I think, when they met. And then a few years later, not days, a few years later, I was born. And to me, I just saw how they had everything figured out, and they always seemed so, I don't know, sure of what they were doing. but they were working 9 to 5 jobs and didn't have much time to do fun stuff, and they were tired, and I don't know, man. I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this. It's just,
Yeah, I get the same way. Sometimes sometimes I talk, I have certain thoughts, then I lose it. So I guess I'm not the only one, and you're not the only one. So here's the thing: you actually answered one of your questions yourself. Yes, looked like they have everything figured out. You were born, and they married at a good age, or what society might call a good age. They had a job, they made their living, they had what they needed for the living, all the necessary things. But you said it yourself, they were so busy and they did not have time for fun. You can talk to them and ask them to answer an honest question. My dear mom and dad, uh, are you happy with what you had? Is there anything that you wish you had? Is there anything you wish you could have done differently? And most likely they will tell you, we wish we had more fun. We wish we had more fun. I'm sorry. We wish we had more time for other things. We wish we had more fun. We wish we would have time to make something, or maybe draw something, or to create something. And our work, our busy work, and maybe it was a low paying salary, and I don't know, because I don't know your situation. Maybe they had to work long hours because of long salary. So do you think they're in a good position? Do you think they have everything figured out? So you can make a conclusion again that this kind of a concept, figuring things out and or having it all together, maybe just a man-made concept, and it could be a false type of concept. You know what? If you want to go by this expression, having things figured out, you probably have more figured out than your parents. You're probably being in a better situation at your age than when they were. You know why? Because you are doing something that you probably chose to do. Looks to me that that you enjoy drawing. Looks to me that you enjoy meditating, and it looks to me you enjoy art. You enjoy barefooting. You enjoy the healthy lifestyle, and you have lots of happy days. So I could say that, wow, you are already walking on the way of your purpose, and some of your other purpose may be discovered later on, and you probably don't even have to rush it. You probably don't even have to rush your pace, just walk at the pace you are walking, because if you increase the pace, sometimes it can destroy your joy, and you don't want to do that. When you have a choice to get more things done in life without joy, or the other choice is to have less things done in life but with joy, I'd say choose this option. Have things done with joy, but less things, because happiness is so important. Because when you're happy, you're giving happiness to other people. With your happiness, you can save people who are really down, you know. But if you're a hardworking person and you're looking serious and depressed, you may be affecting other people in a bad way. So to me, in my opinion, like I said, if you wanna know what your purpose is, if you have things figured out, if you wanna know where you're going, I would say just look around your life. I don't know what your age is right now, but look at your life since you were born, since you were a child, and until now, the things that you have achieved. I would say, hey, you're right on it. Don't even have to worry about your destiny, your purpose, things in life. You know what can happen in your life where you would see more of your purpose, more of your how do you call destiny, or your calling. You might possibly by surprise meet new kinds of interesting people, and they might introduce something to you that you might get excited about. You might get some kind of idea or certain project that you may want to do, and you can start introducing this project to other people, getting yourself involved in that project. Hey, this would be your other calling fulfilled in life. This could be called a purpose or having things figured out. You know what? As I'm saying this to you, I'm getting myself encouraged as well.
I know there's more to life. I know I can be.
Yes, you're absolutely right. There is more to life, and like I said, those things can manifest to you later. Those things that are more to life. And here's the worst case scenario, but you can still rejoice about it. Let's say you have certain plans, let's say you have certain visions and you want to fulfill them, and let's say you live your life and you fulfill less things than you expected. Hey, just still be happy, because no one in this world has enough lifetime or enough lifespan to complete all the things they want to complete. So yeah, there you go.
Out there, you know, hiking, being in nature, exploring new places, just living a slow life.
Well, here's other thing. Um, Nowadays, society. I don't know. Not sure what country you're in right now. I'm not sure if you're in the United States or somewhere in South America, but I believe people are addicted to technology. I mean, to smartphones, to computers, iPads, especially kids. They're addicted to it so much they cannot even let it go. Sometimes they can be stuck in their rooms for number of days. They're the ones who are in a bad shape. You are in a good shape because you hike, you explore nature, you preserved the things that most people nowadays forget, or they live out of it, and you preserve them. So wow, you actually are fulfilling a big time purpose in this life.
Not having to stress about the work I'm doing and just working so hard to survive and just to pay bills. I know it's not. Sorry, that's Oliver, my cat. Oli, come here. Oli.
Oh, nice, you having a cat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think I would cry on this video, to be
No,
honest.
actually, it's a good thing that you cry.
It's just hard, and
people who need to cry and they don't cry, they're the ones who are in the bad situation, because they hold a lot of unhealthy stuff on the inside. I appreciate the fact that you cry and you're letting stuff out. What did you say? I forgot what you said. A few sentences, a couple of sentences back. Yes, I'm sorry. Sometimes I stutter. I don't know when I watch my own video if I'll enjoy it. So I'm just gonna rewind it a little bit so I can answer it. Oh yeah, just remembered. I don't have to remind it. You said you work job 9 to 5, trying to survive, trying to pay the bills. So you're having a hard time with it. For that one, I don't know how much I can advise you. the only thing I can say, you may want to consider doing how do you call it, network marketing. You can do the job that you're doing. There are different network marketing, and so many people are successful. They're making a big buck. Yes, in the beginning you may want to you're gonna need to invest time, but then this business can start working for you. I have a couple of suggestions on network marketing. So if anybody is interested, you may want to contact me. I mean, you can contact me personally. I'll let you know where you can find me. So that's one of the things. And I don't know about your expenses. I don't know if your expenses are drawing so much money out of you that you have to work hard to survive. Or maybe another idea is finding a cheaper rent. Sometimes it's good to live like in a lower rent, and a house or apartment does not have to be fancy, because like I said before, we don't have to live for society, we don't have to impress anybody. You can have a room or studio that you enjoy because you do it for your own self, and not for others, and pay less money, and then maybe you would not have to work all these hours to survive.
I guess contrast is good, because when you are experiencing something you don't want, it means you can stop and reflect and think about, okay, I know that I don't want this, then what is it that I do want? And pivot, right? From that negative space and go, what do I want? And pivot completely into thinking about what is it that I want. And I know what I want. I want to feel like the owner of my own time. I want to feel like
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. So, yes, I would say two good reasons for us sometimes to have either sad time or downtime. Because after we experience something unpleasant, that's one reason we enjoy something that is pleasant even more. After we experience sometimes bad things, we enjoy good things even more. And yes, you're absolutely right. This can give you an opportunity to think about, weigh things down, plan things down, ask yourself what you really want and how to go and pursue that goal. So yes, these are the good things. But I'm gonna repeat myself again, no matter how annoying this sounds. But within that process, while you're figuring things out, asking yourself what you want, plan things out, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it, and enjoy it. Um, oh yes, and it's a good thing that you already know that you want to have control over your own life. Yes, here's another great key. So one of the things that can help you have control over your own life, as I said a number of times before, get rid of this pressure comparison mentality. That's one of the factors you want to get rid of that can help you control your own life. Yes, and network marketing, yes, you may want to consider it. It can help. And another great, the most important thing, not everybody agrees with, finding a personal relationship with the one who created the universe, a God of love. And if you want me to tell you about that more, I have separate videos about that.
very vulnerable right now. And it's a bit scary as well. And I just don't know, I don't know what I'm doing. what I do know is that life doesn't have to be this hard. I know
Yes, you are absolutely right. Life does not have to be this hard. You already know the truth. That is beautiful, because I've met people from certain cultures who say hardship is the only way, is the only lifestyle, is the only way to go, and there is no other. And they have this solid, stinky conviction about it, and you already know the truth. I'd like to quote the words of Jesus Christ. He said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."
in my heart, I know that money can come easily and abundantly into our lives. And I know that just having a 9 to 5 where you don't feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, it's not, that can't be it, right? Just working a 9 to 5 until I'm 60, I just feel like that can't be it. I just don't know how to make things happen for me, you know? Like, I see all these people living incredible lives, putting themselves out there and being so successful, and it's amazing, and it feels good to see other people living their life of their dreams. It feels amazing because I know it can be a reality for me. I know it, but I just don't know how. I just don't know what direction to take, you know? And
Well, so yes, you can ask yourself a question. What are your dreams? What are the things that you've dreamed about the longest? You probably dreamed about something since you were a child. Uh, yes, and it is very important to retrieve childhood memories, to retrieve the things you dreamed about, and it's a good thing that you believe that your dreams can come true. So one of the things you can do is discuss your dreams, write down your dreams, and feel free about them. Don't let anyone mock or ridicule your dreams.
it's a bit scary to feel like this, lost sometimes. And then I wonder, like, wow, my parents were about my age, I think, when they met, and then a few years later, not days, a few years later, I was born. And to me, I just saw how they had everything figured out, and they always seemed so, I don't know, sure of what they were doing. But they were working 9 to 5 jobs and didn't have much time to do fun stuff. And they were tired, and
I think you watched this part before already.
don't know, man. I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this. It's just, I know there's more to life.
There absolutely is more.
I know I can be out there, hiking, being in nature, exploring new places, just living a slow life, not having to stress about the work I'm doing, and just working so hard to survive and just to pay bills. I know it's not. Sorry, that's Oliver, my cat. Oli, come here. Oli. He won't. Oh, sorry, I didn't think I would cry on this video, to be honest. It's just hard, and I guess contrast is good, because when you are experiencing something you don't want, it means you can stop and reflect and think about, okay, I know that I don't want this, then what is it that I do want? And pivot, right? From that negative space and go, what do I want? And pivot completely into thinking about what is it that I want. And I know what I want. I want to feel like the owner of my own time. I want to feel like I
Well,
have a saying in.
it sounds like you already know what you want. You may not know everything by now yet, but the things that you mentioned already, you already know. You already know part, and you know what? You don't have to know everything by now. It is already wonderful that you already know certain things. There are people who have no idea of what they want. They don't even live their own life because they're enslaved by control through other people. But you already have the idea, have that knowledge. That's wonderful. And the things you do want, um, nowadays they're still kind of a rare things, because I would say more than 50% of the people, they go through a routine. They already are preconditioned. They are already set on how to think, on how to do things. They don't even live life of their own, which is very sad. It may look good on the outside, but this is, in my opinion, that is horrible, in my opinion, because they're like living like a robots. They're not living like a living human beings. So, and this is a wonderful desire that you want to have control over your own life. And yes, I think you're right. Maybe there's another option where you don't need to just work for Uncle Sam and be stuck there and have your time stolen and work really hard and not even get paid for the stuff you worked for. So it's a good thing you talk about it publicly, because the more people hear you, the more people can share different ideas with you. So I believe you did a great thing that you came out into the internet with this video. I strongly encourage that. That was a great idea.
What I want to do today. Like, oh, maybe I don't feel like putting in the work today. I feel like resting. I feel like going into nature. I feel like cooking. I want the freedom to do what I want to do. And I want to be so confident about money flowing in. And I want to be working on my purpose and working on what I'm supposed to be doing. And I want to help people. I just don't know how. I want to be of service. I want to.
Wow, sounds like from the things you mentioned, you might be interested in network marketing, because with network marketing you also help others. You grow with other people. I'm not talking about pyramid now. Pyramid is something else. It is disgusted. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't know about other countries, but in the United States, the pyramid is illegal, right? So I would not call anyone to do any illegal stuff. I'm not sure if it is legal in Europe. I heard in England, I could be wrong, but I heard the pyramid is legal over there. So I would not offer that. But a good, healthy network marketing sound like this may be something you may want to consider. Another thing you may want to consider is maybe selling your paintings, maybe making copies, or maybe getting orders from customers, or maybe get yourself a trainees or students that you can teach them how to draw, and you can work with them together, and you can have your own company. And let's say someone orders a certain picture, you can go on vacation while they draw for you. You can share certain profit, and stuff like that. So these are some of the opportunities. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just doing like a brainstorming. I'm just expressing my own thoughts.
Bring people joy, and
Joy, wow, that's a
I want to
key.
show people that we can appreciate the little things in life and find joy in that.
Wow, so you know what? I didn't know you were gonna say that, right? But I already said it before you. Enjoying little things and bringing joy to people, and finding joy where? In the little things. Yes, as well as the big things. Finding joy in everything. Little things, middle things, big things, gigantic things, tiny things, in everything.
And I'm saying that now, and I should be applying that to myself right now, because I'm obviously not there.
Well, you don't have to be there yet, but you know what? You are already applying it to yourself. You know how? You are speaking the things that you need to have. You're talking about it. That means you're already thinking about it. So your process has already started. The complete process may not happen in a single day, but it already started. You are already going there.
Right now. I've been trying, like, the last few days were very beautiful, sunny days, and I went to the beach and I was, admiring my environment. But at the same time, I was feeling a lot of anxiety and just this weight on me that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have things figured out. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know where my life is heading. I don't know how to make my life so amazing and so fulfilling. And I just wonder if others feel this way, because when I look at other people, I don't know if they are not sharing how they truly feel. I don't know if they're not being authentic and open.
Wow. So you're right. They're not being authentic, most likely, and they're not sharing. But there's so many people who feel this way. Their problem is that they cannot even share it with their own selves, what they feel, because they've been so oppressed. They don't understand their feelings, they don't understand their thoughts, and you already do. You are expressing them. So yes, and I hope that after watching my video, you would get at least some encouragement. I hope it will make you feel better, at least a little bit. Well, my video has been going in over an hour already. I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm gonna upload the whole video, which I probably will, because my editing system doesn't really work well. So I'm gonna have to just upload the raw video. I'm a raw type of person, a natural type of person, so I think I'll just upload the video the way it is. If you get bored, you can always stop it or fast it forward.
And honest, or if they truly have everything figured out, because when I look at other people, they all seem like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry, this is
That's okay. You don't have to be sorry. Um, looks can be deceiving, as I kind of gave this idea before, and yeah, like I said before, they may not have it figured out, and they might live with the concept of what needs to be figured out, or they might be convinced that they have everything figured out, but they may not know that the life they're living is not their own life. It's a life of Uncle Sam, society, mommy and daddy. He said, she said. This is the kind of life they might be living, and on the outside, it may look like a happy life. And like I said, you don't have to go by the way people live. Your life can be completely and absolutely different than everybody else's, than your friend's life. And it doesn't matter what your friends say, you should be this or that at your age. These are just a man-made concept.
A weird video, and I'm
Bless you, Oleg. Thank you. You're welcome. Just kidding. Yes, there was a real sneeze though.
even sure I'm going to post it because it's very raw, and I feel very vulnerable sharing it, but maybe it will help someone. If it just helps one person know that you're not the only one feeling that.
Wow, this is interesting. I didn't know you were gonna say it, but you're confirming the thoughts that I thought. Before I made this video, I thought about it, how it can help you and other people. It's kind of interesting when you think about something and another person confirms it.
Way, because right now I feel like I'm the only one that feels this way. I don't know if there's more people out there feeling this way. If there is someone out there feeling this way, please know that you're not the only one feeling this way. You're not alone in this. I feel this way too. And
You know what? I've been feeling this way for a while, but for the last few months, my feeling got stronger, unfortunately. But after, I feel like after this video, my feeling is gonna change, and I hope your feeling is gonna change, and I hope others' feeling is gonna change.
I don't have the answers right now. Doing the little things like having my favorite tea and resting, going on walks to clear the mind. Maybe some dancing would help, but to be honest, I don't really feel like dancing right now, but I'll just take it slow and not be hard on myself, because we're
Absolutely.
only humans, right? We come with all these emotions, and they're here to be felt, and some are not nice, but the emotions that don't feel good are here to tell us that something is not quite right, and that we would benefit from making changes to make us feel more positive emotions. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share, and thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
as well.
staying up to all the way till the end, and for listening to me. And I hope from the bottom of my heart that you have a good, amazing, incredible new year.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You found a place.
Wow. So yes. I hope after watching this video, um, people will start living their lives better, starting on the inside. I hope my video can help others. Yes, as you can see, this is a very non-professional video. Very simplistic type of video. But things don't have to be professional all the time. They don't have to be perfect all the time. There are other ways of doing things. Well, everyone, take care.